This best ball edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 100 times your entry with the Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. Sign up with SGPN to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks from Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Hey folks, it's Rex Burkhead. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Long, Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kram?
Dog.
What happened to the Caitlin Clark people? Where'd they go? What happened?
Oh man, I'm so annoyed. I forgot to clip the Caitlin Clark new sound drop from Kramer, where he shout out to Adi, Clip God, did a great job of starting a conversation.
Starting a conversation.
Well, the Clarkers are coming for you, Kramer.
It's like saying the guy that made Trump's hairpiece is revolutionizing hair replacement therapy.
What?
Come on. Starting a conversation.
Well, what would you call it?
He carefully edited my words to make it more inflammatory.
Yes.
Which is
Great job,
exactly what the internet wants.
A lot of engagement. If you want to weigh in on the Caitlin Clark debate, is she good? Is she bad? You can check us out, youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. That subscribe button. A lot of thumbs up for you, Kramer, but a lot of comments. The comments trend negative, but you have gotten a lot of thumbs up, a lot of heat on your Caitlin Clark take, but the Clarkers, they're not going down without a swing.
I mean, it is amazing how people immediately are just blinded by the idea that I would be critical of someone. In what sport are we not critical of the top pick? We've been picking Caleb Williams apart for months. No one has said a word to me. No one has said why are you doing? No one questioned when the last time I went to the gym when we were talking about Caleb Williams or Will Levis or Josh Allen before that. Never was my personal physique attacked until I made a comment about Caitlin Clark.
You've been commenting on people's eye placement in their head, and got no blowback for those.
That's
comments.
how God made them, and I'm going there.
Yeah. But you don't like Caitlin Clark?
No, I it's not
as
what
a
I
player.
said. No, I said she's not an athletic player. She
not very good.
What started the conversation was we were talking about how shocking it is to see how unathletic she looks sometimes on the court.
Whoa, Ryan, keep it's getting a little warm already over here. The Clarkers are coming for you.
Yeah, it's just a lot. Although I will say, full circle with the wife, who was like many on the internet, blinded by the idea that I would make a comment about the.
You're
great
going
Caitlin
after
Clark.
all women, all female sports. Ryan, they've been through so much already. Why are you making it harder? Hashtag girl dad.
I realize now I should have been flaunting that through the pandemic to let everyone know that I in fact am raising females. Where was I going? I was getting shit from the wife about it because she wasn't even willing to listen. But I did when I showed her the picture of Caitlin Clark walking in heels. She was like, "All right, now I agree with it. She lacks elite athleticism."
Well, I mean, she is on her heels a lot, and actually on her heels.
Dennis Rodman can walk in heels better than that. Elite athlete.
Dennis Rodman. I mean, again.
He walked in heels in North Korea. I mean, Caitlin Clark.
Did he?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Kim Jong Il would put up with that kind of.
Why do you think he was asked to come over? We saw
knows?
the public side, but the private side was a whole different story.
He seemed very friendly with Kim Jong over there. Kramer, it's Sunday night. Well, also too, I mean, we just got back from wine country, did a little trip up to wine country. Kramer and I with our wives. Kramer got drunk. Rare drunk. Got
drunk
Kramer.
with white people. Lots of white people drinking wine.
Yeah, very.
It's pretty solid. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's hard to not it. I will say the one thing about getting drunk with wine is you rarely get to the place of like wanting to break a bottle and stab someone in the side of the throat. It's just the you don't get into violent arguments when you're drinking wine. You can understand how back in the day, like in old English times, it was jovial and just people fell asleep in ditches. There wasn't a lot of it just seems like, you know, you mix a little whiskey in there.
Whiskey is fighting drunk. It's an angry drunk.
Get a little vodka in there. You under the Russians, you know, you start to understand the differences here. But yeah,
wine is a totally. It's like a warm, kind of like a sleepy. I don't know. It always makes you think of Thanksgiving.
Well, sugar. You are coming down off a tremendous sugar rush as well. So you're getting the fermented sugar, aka alcohol, and then you're also getting the sugar. And so, yeah, it makes you want to take a nap, which by the way, slept pretty well. Although, I mean, if we want to pull we had this house, very nice house, but for some reason there was a skylight in the bedroom. The first night I wake up probably 5 o'clock in the morning, whenever the sun comes up now, or at least it gets first light. And it as if there's a LED light over the bed squarely down in my face.
Yeah, why would you?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, why would you? Or maybe a button or something.
I'm flipping every light switch in the house in the room. Like, how do I turn this off? There's no blinds. You have blinds for windows. The fucking dumb shit is this? That's how you can tell no one actually lives there. It's some sort of like Airbnb where they even fabricate a couple of homosexual men to make us feel more welcome. They put dog beds all over the place. This is all part of the AI and the robots starting to take us over. But yeah, the skylight over the head. Maybe that was some form of torture over the last couple of days. So mixed with a little drunkenness. It's a hell of a weekend and some youth soccer.
Oh, that's what it was. Now Kramer's a little tired, a little grumpy, but
no, I feel great.
Okay,
I feel absolutely great. I was listening to an episode of of a Giants podcast I like, reviewing the 2025 free agent class.
Oh, already looking ahead.
Oh, they do it every year. It's a tradition.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan. How about our tradition of getting in these best ball streets? Again, Underdog Best Ball Mania is live. Use that promo code SGPN. Get a deposit match up to $250 in bonus cash. You get the free pick special, depending on the pick'em special offer. Depending on where you're at, where you're coming in for new customers, we hit. It was a push on our PLL pick'em. Brendan O'Neill 2 points, and that was the other
loser.
Yes, they did lose, but so Water Dogs also lost. They lost by 1. It was a great game. I really did enjoy all the PLL action that we caught over the weekend. You can get down on PLL over at Underdog Fantasy, of course. NBA Pick'em, NHL Pick'em, perfect for the Stanley Cup Final, the NBA Finals, and of course, Best Ball Mania, $15 million in prizes. Let's get it. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
Sean, I'm wondering, you mentioned wanting to do weekly winners.
Yes.
I don't even see it listed. I don't know if I'm in a weird screen, but
scroll over. It's there.
No, that's what I'm telling you. I've scrolled over.
You're too sharp, Ryan.
I've scrolled the fuck over and I don't see it. Maybe I'm in NFL. Maybe I need to go home. But what I was going to say is maybe we do the Greyhound. It's a single entry. 30K to first, and it's about to fill up.
All right, I'll do that.
It's basically Best Ball Mania. Just this 95% full, so it's gonna be all full soon.
Are we gonna? I have my hand over the enter button, but Ryan, are we gonna? Is there any adjustment to your strategy playing a single entry? We only have one entry.
I think
I feel like I gotta have Jalen Hurts in this.
I think it's okay to like overstack. I like this is where I think you can do whatever the fuck you want. I like think about how people play those high dollar tournaments
I
differently.
was gonna do a zero RB strategy for Best Ball Mania to like kind of flesh out my portfolio as I grow it. But now with the single entry, I might just go back to the old just gut handicap.
And you know, candidly, I probably will be less likely to go and punt quarterbacks completely. That would probably be something I would adjust here. All right, you ready?
I'm ready, Ryan. Right over the enter button.
All right, I'm in.
Okay, hitting enter.
Oh,
yes.
No. 3 people. Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't auto draft this one, so this was risky.
Waiting for two people. If you're watching live, Underdog.
This is the Greyhound. We're doing a single entry, $35. What did I say? 30K to first, 20K to first. I will say a couple of the new formats I like. We were mentioning weekly winners earlier. They also have, and I'm blanking on the name of it, but basically it's a full season best ball where you advance to a 3-week final. So, which I don't know about you, Sean. I like that. It's called the sprint. So basically you advance to the playoffs 15 through 17. What is this? The marathon. So now they've also put out a weeks 1 through 17, just all overall scoring, Sean. If you're not into the weird DFS element, you don't want to do week 17 correlation. Weeks 1 through, I mean, it's kind of a bizarro weekly winners. It's every week counts. I mean, yeah, I mean, I will say, shout out to a former guest of the program, Sean, and guest of Draft Day. Hope over there mixing it up with the games. Why is it so hard to make games like this? They had to hire people to come in and come up with ideas like this. It just seems like they just needed more people to enter spreadsheets, right?
Well, Ryan, we were talking about the different games, and you were saying, I was saying, hey, maybe for this upcoming football season, we mix things up. We punt on the DFS episode. Instead of doing it as an episode, we give out our DFS entries on the pregame show and then fill that spot with like a totals podcast where we talk NFL totals.
I think I solved the problem live on the air. I think we actually just we release a mini episode where we just read off our lineups. Cause I think at the end of the day, people do want to see our lineups.
Okay.
But I think at the end of the day, I wonder how interesting people find our banter about DFS. So if we do an episode where we're in and out in 5 minutes and we give you our lineups, I think we can all win. The podcast people still get a little taste. We get the graphic out there. We still document our lineups. We're still waiting for two people? What the fuck?
Yeah. Get in youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast.
This is disgusting.
No,
Guys,
there's not a lot of people.
This could be
there.
the last draft. This thing's about to fill up. How exciting is that?
Should be.
I don't know. What do you think people do you think DFS is getting more or less popular? That's just no more comments after that. More or less popular DFS?
Would say less popular
because of games like we're including Underdog in the category, like the draft style DFS.
I would call Underdog. It's obviously Underdog's not gambling. It's fantasy. It's DFS.
But specifically when you draft a lineup,
I guess DFS, DraftKings, FanDuel,
so salary cap DFS.
Salary cap DFS, I think is getting less popular.
Yeah, because it's been solved.
I think it's just a lot of like optimizers. It's not, to me. It's just, I don't know. It's just been saturated with like hardcore math, and I don't know. It's not quite as
I do
fun.
think that's part of it. I think part of, and bringing it back to the contests that you offer, I think part of what you have to do is you have to be able to, even in this format, there's still sharps, there's still like solvable elements to these games. The difference is the draft. It's fun to draft, and whether it's a 1 week thing
I would say like I would rather do like a weekly, and maybe that's what we do instead of a weekly DFS lineup. We do a weekly one of these weekly underdog drafts. I could talk myself into doing those.
That actually is a good idea. That's a good idea. I didn't mean to be a backhanded with that.
That is actually a good idea.
I realize it came off backhanded, but this was
maybe that's what we'll do. We do that, and then we give out some of our favorite underdog. Well, we'll probably be giving out pick'ems as well in the NFL show. But again, if you got stuff you want us to hit on, always feel free, hit us up at Gambling Podcast on X. The show is for the people, Ryan. And so we do what we can, get you guys taken care of, give you the content you want. Kramer, I'm in the 8th spot. Where are you at? 9.
I'm in the 8th. Oh no, I'm in the 9th spot.
Oh, perfect. Our buddy B Swiss 13. I feel like I see him in a ton of drafts.
I see some red. First thing that stuck out to me was all these red shields.
We're in trouble, Ryan. Oh, I forgot. You are a shielded member. I am not a shielded guy.
I was I would say I was I was lied to. Maybe they'll make up to it with a red shield instead of a plant. Still waiting.
What is it? What is your qualification for a red shield? Do we know?
It's just how
They
much
don't tell
money
you?
you've won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like so. I don't know if there's a specifically a rule in the legislature, but like the other platform I play, FFPC, they both have similarly structured like two shields. You have like the super expert and the expert. That's basically like a warning. It's meant to be a warning to other players. But there's like super expert and just regular expert. And it's basically, you've won X cumulatively over all the contests.
So do I need to send Underdog Fantasy my article on how I won $200,000 in DraftKings?
I wonder if it's like casinos where like they'll match other comps.
Yeah, reward status. Hey, I'm what the Circa's reward system is pretty funny. You start out as gambler.
Yeah. And then now I'm like I upgraded to legend.
Yeah. Well, we need to go. We need to get Derek to have DGen listed as one of them.
Sean, can you believe how these receivers are falling?
So we got Christian McCaffrey, CD Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Breece Hall, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson goes. Oh man, Ryan, you jinxed it.
Sorry.
No, it's all right because I would have loved to get Justin Jefferson at the 8th spot. That being said, I mean.
It's a single entry, Sean. What are you gonna do?
I gotta take AJ Brown. I'm not taking Bijan at 8. You could maybe talk me into Garrett Wilson. Puka, I like Puka, but you're talking to a guy who was all high on the Rams offense. Thought they were underrated last year going into the season. Thought they had a shot to make the playoffs, and I still have my Matt Stafford MVP ticket lying around somewhere that I didn't shred. The point is, in the first round though, is tough when you still have Cooper Kupp there eating away at his target share.
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, it's hard to not see a world where he's got to fall to the second round to me. I'm still sorting this part of the draft out in my mind. I do know that Garrett Wilson very clearly is the guy that I'm taking in this spot every time.
Yeah. And AJ Brown, I mean, I guess you could say, oh, Sean, wouldn't the same apply to AJ Brown, Devonta Smith? I guess so, but like clearly the Eagles have it worked out that AJ Brown is the clear number 1, Devonta Smith clear number 2, and then everyone else kind of falls off after that. So I'm not worried about, I don't know, AJ Brown getting first round production. We've seen it in both years here. So after Kramer takes Garrett Wilson, we got Bijan Robinson, Puka Nacua, Drake London, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams.
This is interesting. I mean, my other thought on a single entry is exactly what this team's doing, which is go completely contrarian to what the world would do, and
what do you mean
double receiver, double the Bijan Saquon team. So I have two.
Okay, the guy took Saquon. He also has Bijan.
Yeah, I have two options here. I think option one is I take Marvin Harrison and just keep building this fun. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'll take a fun young team. I'm set up now with stacks on Kyler and Aaron Rodgers is very attainable. Again, single entry, so you don't really want to fuck up your stacks. I think you're going to see people reach a little bit in these things to make sure they lock up, they secure their stacks.
Do I draft a running back here, Ryan? Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. I would have taken Gibbs at this point is very interesting. Taylor certainly is the guy I would have looked at here. But I don't think you can go wrong. Gibbs certainly going in the first round in most of these.
Yeah, I just took Jahmyr Gibbs. Jonathan Taylor goes. I think it's just because I don't have any Jahmyr Gibbs and the upside's there. Taking him
for you, I would have liked Jonathan Taylor because you like Anthony Richardson, but maybe you're going to go Jalen Hurts, knowing you won't go Anthony Richardson. So Jared Goff more attainable in terms of a guy. And I would. And
he's a fun backup.
And we just saw the news today, but Jamison Williams going to be bigger part of the offense. The coaches are talking about it. So what I would do for you is I would queue those two guys up, Goff and Jamison.
Well, I'm scared to put him in my queue, Ryan, because sometimes I tune out and or get sidetracked reading the ads.
No,
and
it's a single entry. You won't get sidetracked. Single entry, you got to stay focused.
So locked in. Well, I don't want to have Goff in my queue, and then I'm debating who I should draft, and next thing I know, I end up with Jared Goff in like the 4th round. Jonathan Taylor goes, then Brandon Ayuk, then Sam Laporta, Nico Collins, Chris Olave.
Nico got paid, huh?
Yeah. Again, shout out to Howie getting the Devonta Smith deal done before Chris Olave, before Jalen Waddle. Just great EV. Devin Achan goes here in the 2nd round.
Still hate that.
Yeah, I mean, I heard someone making a pretty good case about Raheem Mostert having kind of like crazy, a career year in all his efficiency metrics. I thought that was an interesting counter.
How about trust with the coach? Like,
yeah, the problem is there's just so many mouths to feed. Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans, go.
I mean, you see it, right? Like the guy with Christian McCaffrey gonna go get one of the Niners receivers because you're gonna try to want to bring the correlation together. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, by the way, Sean, I did look it up. So do you want to know what a red and black shield means? So Black Shield is experienced. They've played in more than 500 contests or won at least 6 contests with a combined prizes totaling $2,500 or more. A highly experienced player, Red Shield. Damn, Malik Neighbors won. A highly experienced player, Red Shield, has more than 1,000 contests or has won at least 4 contests with prizes of at least $1,000 each.
Mike Evans, Devonta Smith, Malik Neighbors, Stephon Diggs, Derrick Henry, the big dog in Baltimore.
So what are you looking for here? You don't want to talk about it yet?
I mean, I do like Cooper Kupp.
I think you got to take, if you're planning on, yeah. I will. You know what? I won't do what you would do here and say it out loud. But I would say
Josh Allen. I'm all over Josh Allen.
You probably want to make sure you secure the bag on Josh Allen.
DJ Moore off the clock or off the board. On the clock.
DJ Moore sitting on a clock. You can almost guess where the Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson team is going to go. Just
really?
Based.
What would you do?
Pittman. I think. The chances that he takes Michael Pittman here high because again I think teams are gonna Red Shield, so I'm guessing he knows what he's doing, or he's just a lucky donkey, and he's probably going to be tying together a team that he can get Anthony Richardson on. No,
Cooper Kupp, Ryan.
All right.
So Cooper Kupp was number 1 in my queue. I guess I'll settle for Jalen fucking Hurts.
I like that.
I do too. Hey Ryan, you know what else I like? Awesome picks, and I've gotten a ton of picks from Rhythm. That's right. If you're betting on NBA player props, you need to download Rhythm. Love Rhythm. Again, shout out to Rhythm. I've been using their app a ton now. It's good for player props. It's good for fantasy, DFS picks, even Underdog Fantasy. You can be getting some of their projections here from Rhythm. They got you covered from superstars to bench players. Rhythm finds the best player prop lines, all backed by AI data without you needing to endlessly scroll through a sports book. And the coolest part is you can create custom models on Rhythm. Very easy to figure out and kind of like, hey, this is a kind of a trend I'm looking to play for these type of players. Very fun playing around with their modeling tool. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Get that 7-day free trial. So Kramer, I took Hurts. You took Michael Pittman Jr.
I wasn't even paying attention in the first round when Jalen Waddle and Davante Adams went before Marvin Harrison. It should have registered that Marvin Harrison typically going at the turn. These guys trying to get these teams thrown out on us. Pickens in the 3rd round.
George Pickens. That's
some aggressive picks here.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, we might need to have a full investigation.
Travis Kelce goes.
Kyron Williams falls to the end of the 3rd round.
What is Kyron Williams' normal ADP?
There's a foot injury now. There's a Blake Corum situation.
DK Metcalf, Patty Mahomes.
This draft's going to get thrown out.
Patrick Mahomes instead of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Sean, have you seen the new thing?
What are you doing?
People now, when they don't get their stacks, they start drafting so horribly to try to get the draft thrown out. Have you seen some of the screenshots?
No.
It's unreal. I mean, what should happen to someone who does that? They should get what, a suspension or ban?
Shane is actually B Swiss 13. I would love to know.
All right, so I wasn't gonna take a quarterback this early, but Josh Allen as the third quarterback. Dog. Sean, what are we doing?
Ryan, Tank Dell available or T Higgins? I gotta go T Higgins. Right?
You're a T Higgins guy.
I mean, he's really good. As long as he's healthy, and he's gonna play. Like the contract stuff figures it out. B Swiss in the chat would love to know. Okay, so he has the Kelsey stack, so he wanted to make sure he locked it in.
Yeah, you have.
All right. Okay, sorry, I missed that. But he's got Puka, Devontae, Kelsey, Mahomes.
You do have to reach for Mahomes when you take Kelsey this year. It's a downside of doing it. I think you can say the same thing about Diggs and Collins if you plan on stacking it. You just have to reach on CJ Stroud.
Also, I mean, if you get Cooper Kupp now, what? Let's see, where did he go here? He went middle of the third round. Then Matt Stafford as your second quarterback. That to me is a really fun stack.
Well,
you're in a dome.
Yeah, if you really want to break down to me why like Justin Jefferson is more interesting than Jamar Chase this year, it's just way easier to stack. Garrett Wilson too. Garrett Wilson is tremendously easy to stack. Kind of Puka, same argument. But you know these guys that are just drifting all the way down the board, and so I think in general, especially for single entry, I think you want to make sure you're stacked up. Although I think the nerds are starting to have a maybe we don't stack all the time conversation.
No, Ryan, there's upside to stacking. Tank Dell goes Lamar Jackson, Christian Kirk, CJ Stroud, Travis Etienne.
In that format where you're just doing 17 weeks, stacking is probably way less important there. Well, think about it, Sean. If there's no significance placed on any single week, does having correlation still help you? Of course, but is it as critical to winning the big bag? No, absolutely not.
Tyler's saying surprised they let you draft together like this, but it's great content. I mean, it's not like we're.
I would go look at our balance sheet and we'll take it from there.
What do you mean?
Oh, like I wouldn't. Yeah, we're not exactly extract. Like if I would not. We're negative EV on drafts done on stream. Trust me.
Well, also too, like it's not. I want to beat Ryan. I'm not trying to set Ryan up and like not give him his players. Or
I was just gonna say,
just go back to all the times I've taken Ryan's blown up his stacks.
We have way more evidence of why this is good for the.
If anything, people listening hear our discussion, know what we're gonna do. It's good for you guys, the listeners and the viewers.
Yeah, you.
Well, one also you know who I like and who Kramer likes.
Yeah,
especially myself. I'm pretty predictable, so. Great reason to get in on Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN, or get in for these live drafts. We're gonna keep doing them Sunday nights. Barring a schedule change. And week one total. When's the way too early week one totals podcast, Ryan?
Way too early week one totals. Oh my God, I don't know. I think we'll go down to West Hollywood. We'll check out the Gold Coast, and we'll do a live show from there.
Do you want an update on? So I threw out a poll question for the upcoming NFL football schedule. Would you still want a DFS podcast ? Or would you be interested in an NFL podcast dedicated to totals? And so keep DFS podcast 34%, replace with NFL totals 59%. Other NFL shows suggest 8%.
What's the suggestion?
We have a survivor pool. We also have David in Austin saying he's not a DFS guy. He picked totals. If I had to suggest something else, maybe doing a weekly pod where y'all discuss sports news and pop culture like you tried out back in the day there. He said 6 to 8 years ago. So shout out to you.
What did we try out?
I don't know. I think we've done segments over the years where we're talking bigger picture stuff, which is always fun. I feel like
we do a hot take episode.
No, but I feel like we cover a lot of the shit going on in the sports world, but maybe an episode just dedicated to that. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll call it
always open to ideas.
The clip harvesting episode.
We always play great clips, and I'm kicking myself for not having your Caitlin Clark ready to go. All right, I'm on the clock here, Kramer. James Cook. Do I want anything to do with James Cook?
I mean,
Rashad White's my guy.
Yeah, you do like Rashad White. Well, you just keep taking your guys. It's a single entry. Sean.
Yeah. Well, I want to mix it up for the audience, but Rashad White in the 5th round, like they don't. I just don't see him getting a ton of competition. So update you from when we last. After Travis Etienne, we have Dalton Kincaid, Mark Andrews, Amari Cooper, Travis McBride. Wait, is it Travis? Why am I? Trey McBride. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Travis. Isaiah Pacheco, Hollywood Brown, Terry McLaurin, Keenan Allen, Josh Jacobs. I took Rashad White. Kramer took James Cook, who I considered. I don't know why. I just he's not that interesting to me.
I almost took Anthony Richardson to go with
Josh
Pittman.
Allen. Yeah, I don't know.
It just seemed too stupid.
Yeah.
I especially when I have other receivers I can stack. Receivers who I spent more draft capital on.
Ryan, I'll tell you who's number 1 in my queue. He was a guy we talked about on the VSiN show. It was actually we debuted a segment called "The Case of Destiny," where I break out the football briefcase.
Of course,
put in a future there and put Kramer on the clock, having him guess it. He did eventually crack the code. I tried to make it as tough as possible, but that's who's number 1 in my queue right now, Ryan.
I will not take him.
Oh, that's right. You're ahead of me, so I shouldn't have said that. Kenneth Walker, Jaden Reed, Kyle Pitts go. B Swiss back on the clock. He's got his chief stack tossing in Joey Mixon there.
Yeah, don't worry. I did not plan on taking him. The plan was always to. Wow, he didn't take Xavier Worthy with Mahomes. That seems aggressive.
Yeah, interesting. B Swiss didn't. Although everyone's taking Xavier Worthy, so if you're looking to get a little different here, a Chiefs stack without Xavier Worthy is.
I did it.
Oh, Keon Coleman, getting the rookie.
Oh, just the Bills double stack in front of everyone right there.
What about this, Ryan? What about if I go Chris Godwin?
Oh, Godwin is kind of in the same range he was last year, with Evans being the guy that got the real bump. They had, they added some talent, but Godwin's there.
Well, now instead of a Baker, I could go golf stack, but I could also do a Baker stack.
I think it's a safer pick than Ridley and Worthy. Higher floor. I don't know if the ceiling's there, but the floor is there.
Well, Mike Evans pulling a hammy.
Oh, we like Godwin. He's a Penn State guy. Just you got to keep taking your guys, Sean. I love having a quarterback already. I read an article about how
Calvin Ridley is gone. All right,
I read an article about how Alvin Kamara is poised for a massive year. I love this time of year, Sean. I love it.
Where is Michael?
Why is he poised for a good year this year? Oh, he worked out really hard in the offseason.
Where's Michael Thomas going to go?
Oh God, he's not signed anywhere, is he? Forgive me for not knowing that. Should Calvin Ridley be going ahead of DeAndre Hopkins, Sean?
That's interesting. I guess Calvin Ridley is the new guy they brought in.
Kind of don't think so.
D Hop has some chemistry already with Levis. You would imagine that has him starting off at a better spot.
I don't think I would draft. I like Ridley.
Yeah.
And it probably is more that D Hop should be going around this. Like D Hop should be going before Jordan Adams. Maybe we're just too high on Tennessee. I think I'm too high on Tennessee. I think I have to remind myself I'm a little bit high on Tennessee.
Yeah, maybe I'll just start getting super high on the Steelers again. David Montgomery goes. Kamara goes in the 6th round.
So we just talked about him. Poised for a massive breakout year. Kendre Miller is the funner pick for me.
Oh yeah, I like Kendre Miller. Massive upside.
But maybe I don't. Alvin Kamara has done well before, and Derek Carr is a check down king.
Yeah,
it's there if they want it to be.
Kyler Murray goes. Ryan,
I would have taken him if he got back to me. I have Marvin Harrison.
Brian Thomas for the Jags is off the board. Kyle Pitts. I missed that call earlier. He's off the board.
Kyle Pitts. Are Are you going to draft him any times this?
I don't know. Because I mean,
you can't not draft them all together, can you?
Oh, how many? I guess I'm gonna have to have one Kirk Cousins team, but I'm just the setup feels so bad.
You got to get Drake London on your team. Probably that's probably the team you get Drake London on.
Yeah,
just save it for that one. Whatever, like maybe he falls to like really late in the second round, and you go, okay, this is gonna be.
What's Drake London's current ADP?
I mean, where did he go in our draft? First round.
Yeah,
right?
Lad McConkey,
12th pick.
Lad McConkey, JSN. DeAndre Hopkins does go, Ryan. So did have him in the queue there.
Apologies that he went. I would assume you're targeting another receiver. I'm sitting on 4 receivers. How about you?
I got 3, but they're all. I feel pretty good. I mean, I got 3 receivers, 2 running backs, and a quarterback. I'm fairly balanced.
Darn it!
Well, watch your language, right?
Aaron Jones went. I thought I was going to get him. Heartbreaking. Truly is heartbreaking.
I did take Jamison Williams, Ryan.
Nice.
Although I would.
Is that a reach?
I guess his ADP was 87. I took him at 80. I don't know. You know.
All right, we're in the range where running backs are going.
Zamir White's available.
Where are we at with? I think
Zamir White. I just love the situation and his talent. I think
Zamir White versus Ramondre Stevenson. Where are you at with Ramondre this year? I'm in on Zamir White in a big time way. Big time. I'll be drafting him a lot.
I mean, Antonio Gibson to me could really steal a bunch of the pass catching stuff from Ramondre.
It's pretty late though.
Zamir White though is just like, you know, Antonio Pierce is going to want to run the ball.
All right, I know we've done this on the show before, but let's play the game of who else is in the backfield in Las Vegas. We listen and consume a lot of NFL content. Sean,
well, look at this real quick, Ryan. Quand Raper, Quandrapper, just went Najee Harris, Jalen Warren back to back. Interesting strategy. Go. Sorry, what were you saying?
Hold on. Now I got to think about my draft pick because that might have been something I was intrigued in. Do I take Ramondre here? If Ramondre gets back to me, do I take him? He's going to get a ton of touches, right?
Yeah, I mean, I see the case. I guess just when you framed it.
Let's look. Antonio. All right. So Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson, and then Kevin Harris and JaMychal Hasty.
Yeah.
Not a lot of depth there.
No.
Not a lot of depth.
No. James Conner goes. Damn.
Oh.
He was kind of interesting here.
I don't have much Ramondre. I'm gonna take him. I can even. I mean Gibson later, fine, but 8th round. Interesting turn for my team. There's a gap in the pass catchers here, Sean.
Yeah, and I don't really DeAndre Swift. Actually,
if I were you, I would just scroll a little bit further down. Like for me, I was debating between Ramondre and the new lead back for Burrow. That's what I was looking at.
All right, Zach Moss. We like Zach Moss.
Well, you have T Higgins. So you have a nice little team stack
true.
there. That I guess there's a chance Burrow could swing back around to you.
It's interesting.
Get a secondary decent quarterback stack there.
Yeah, we'll see what's available. When
like I said, I think quarterback a little bit more valuable to me in the single entry.
Ryan, you know what's coming up this week? The Belmont. We're going to be doing our Belmont podcast with our horse racing pals, Malcolm and the Wolf of Oaklawn. And of course, get in if you haven't already signed up at Naira Bets, aka NYRA. They got you a $200 deposit bonus, and you can claim your $25 free bet. NRAbets.com/SGPN25. They have a bunch of extra boosts, including if you get in on the Penn Mile, they got a bonus. Earn $10 win or lose when you bet at least $100 on Penn National on Friday. They got another bonus here for Monmouth Park. I mean, come on. You can just roll it over to Sunday with Mama Park. That's awesome. They got you covered so many ways. Just make sure you head over to nrabets.com/SGPN25. Use that promo code SGPN25. Get your $25 free bet and your $200 deposit bonus. Very easy, very fun. We're going to be hopefully, knock on wood, giving out some winners coming off our Preakness episode, which Malcolm gave us a nice winner. Cannot wait for the Belmont, and get in over at nrabets.com/SGPN25.
All right, we got to check this out. How many people have 2 quarterbacks?
So Jordan Love goes, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Ferguson, Jonathan Brooks, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott, Cortland Sutton, Brock Purdy off the board. So a bit of a quarterback run, and no one's taking Joe Burrow, Ryan.
Team 3, team 5, team 12, no quarterbacks.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, like I said, I think that's the other way to approach it.
I guess crazy that you would take
if I knew everyone was going to play
Brock Purdy over Joe Burrow.
If I knew everyone was going to place a premium on quarterbacks, then one of the ways to play it is completely punt on quarterback. Take 3 late. It'll certainly make your team look strong. That being said, you get yourself to a point where you just end up never taking quarterbacks, and you end up with a complete shit pile. I would much rather have. I would want to have 3 quarterbacks in this format, regardless. And I'd probably want to have my third quarterback not be a complete pile of shit.
Yeah, I mean, where are you at with quarterback? Do we want want 3 of them? Do you want?
Yeah, I think 3. I definitely want 2 quality ones, and I think certainly if you're like, the more equity you spent on the player, you should make sure that you have like stackability. So like I would want to make sure I've stacked one of my top 3 picks if they're receivers. Which you did with AJ Brown.
Tyler in the chat pointing out that we're not red shields like B Swiss over there, or
B
Shane,
Swiss.
or sorry, Shane.
Wait, who's Shane? Is he one of these red shields? I don't like to talk to the red shields. Not on stream. It'll get the draft thrown out. They have a direct line to the mothership. Sean, I kind of
this is going to be crazy, Ryan, because I would be surprised. Oh, who knows? The guy on the clock, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, and he did take Joe Burrow.
Oh my God!
Did he take Burrow?
No reason to take Joe Burrow there. No reason.
He goes Jordan Love, then Joe Burrow. Very
my God! He's ruined it for you.
Brock Bowers, Njoku, Raheem Mostert, Trey Benson, Joe Burrow, all off the board. Could take Jaden. Jaden Daniels is pretty interesting.
That's another one of your guys, Sean. It's another one of your guys. And then you get to queue up Mr. Eckler.
I'm taking Jaden Daniels.
That puts me on the clock. I don't want to really. Do you understand the Curtis Samuel situation? I'm not doing it.
You don't want to stack Curtis Samuel, Red?
No.
Wow, Mike Williams. Okay, nice upside there. And
I have Garrett Wilson. I have plans.
Should I draft Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, then? Fuck you. Then I'm gonna send an email right to you. I mean, you still have. I assume you still have Goff queued up.
Yeah, Goff could be a third quarterback. Also, Drake May. The more I think about it, him taking a shot on him because of the rushing upside.
What's the stack?
Pop Douglas.
Did you just go naked?
Yeah, I mean, like talking like last pick in the draft. Obviously, not super high on Drake May as a quarterback.
Oh, I don't know what to do here. So many things to do. How many running backs do we need in this? I have 3 already.
I don't know, Ryan. You always have that formula going. I have 3 running backs, 4 receivers, 2 quarterbacks.
Well, it's single entry, so you're not. I don't think you're necessarily looking to play like someone took Khalil Shakir. I don't think you're necessarily looking to play as fragile of a lineup. Oh man. Someone
like you're on
cut
the
these
shitter.
grunts.
Khalil Shakir goes right in front of Kramer. Gus
All right,
Edwards available.
let's go.
Ooh, taking the rookie receiver out of Indianapolis.
I have Pittman.
Adonai Mitchell.
Don't have AR-15, but I got the two main targets, and if that offense clicks,
I took Dallas Goedert. Nice little Hertz stack there for you.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is you just want to have your stuff buttoned up. So like get your guy, get the Washington guys in the queue. It's a free tight end and whatever other position you pick, but definitely go double with them.
Do you think, Ryan? Do I also take? Are we buying in the Benson not hype, or do I hold out for my boy Zach Ertz?
No, you take the rookie.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, actually, yeah. To your guys, take your guys.
I'm going to take Zach
your
Ertz
guys.
in the last round.
Take your
no
guys.
one else is going to take him.
Don't be. I mean, what's the double? What's the ideal double with Jaden Daniels? Is it a Jahad Dotson? Is it a
Dotson's pretty realistic. I can go Mike Gesicki, Zach Ertz last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
To round out with Goddard. And then just or maybe I mean Jared Goff's available. There's a lot I can do here. Right?
You did queue up Jared Goff, right? Because
Yeah.
you drafted early on
Jameson Williams,
and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
That's actually the one you can't fuck up.
Hmm.
Hopefully these quarterback needy teams don't.
Javonte Williams, Blake Corum off the board. Caleb Williams, Romeo Dubs.
I was taking a close look at Javonte Williams.
Check out Sam in the YouTube chat saying great content, fellas. Thank you, Sam.
Wow.
Enjoy. Again, these are fun to do these drafts, but also it's just a great time to just start talking about the NFL season 2024 right around the corner.
And Sean, as we look at the futures markets for various things,
Yes.
it is useful to have an idea of where people are valuing players. And so this is kind of
100%.
a little bit like a stock market. I mean, if if a guy's ADP is dropping, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And then maybe his price is lagging behind a little bit in the rookie of the year, the offensive player of the year. We definitely fired off some fun ones in the offensive player of the year this year or this week, Sean. Which futures market will we be talking about? Most passing and receiving yards, which is always hilariously fun. It's somehow even crazier than the offensive and defensive player of the years. And I feel like more players have access to it too, or at least it feels that way. All right, but give me your roster structure right now. Don't be shy.
Okay, what are we looking at here? I got Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Jahmyr Gibbs, Rashad White, Zach Moss. A little thin at running back probably, but AJ Brown, T Higgins, Chris Godwin, Jameson Williams, Dallas Goedert.
Okay, it's not bad. I don't think you're thin. I wouldn't say you're thin anywhere.
So you would take Jared Goff over Austin Eckler, Ryan, if I just had one shot. Jared Goff completes the Jameson Williams.
Yeah, because you can single.
Oh, Jared Goff goes.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, but then Baker's my backup third quarterback.
Yeah, you're fine. You already have 2.
Chase Brown goes.
But now you
Taven
also
Wicks.
it also locks up your stack.
Yep.
So it's not.
And Jahan Dotson is off the board. So glad I got Eckler there.
Yeah, man, I wasn't. I don't think I necessarily was planning to do this. Let me see.
Take Zeke.
No, I'm gonna just make sure I get this.
Aaron Rodgers in the 11th round.
We're at that point. Stafford could go at any moment. Once he goes, Rodgers is vulnerable to go. So I'd rather I have Mike Williams. I have Garrett Wilson. I definitely didn't want to fuck that up. The whole team was structured around this. If I fucked it up, it would have been I would have wanted to throw the team out. It's a single entry, Sean. You can't do that. You can't throw it out and draft 149 more. Just doesn't work that way. Now on the bring back, Feel like we can go a lot of different directions. See there,
Nick Chubb, Jerome Ford, Pat Fryerman with T.J. Hawkinson, Matty Stafford goes.
I know what I'm talking about.
That you do. Locked in, laser focus.
Come on, this is ridiculous. Jim Harbaugh's lead back.
Yeah, I know.
In the 12th round.
Gus Edwards.
Come on.
Oh shit, I'm on the clock. See Kramer.
Us being next to each other, it's not a plus.
Josh Downs, Jerry Jeudy, Zeke. Oh, you know what? I think there's a massive upside for Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you take him, I'll talk about it, but it's already starting to leak out. I would expect that we're gonna see Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker's ADP start to sink. Things starting to be reported out of Seattle. Coaches starting to say things that sound a lot like a team that I think people assumed one thing when they brought in the University of Washington offensive coordinator in terms of what the offensive style is going to look like, but it is still a defensive coordinator at head coach, and it sounds like there's going to be a little bit of run the damn ball. So I love Charbonnet. I would say load up a ton of sharp. I mean, I don't take nearly as much Ken Walker because what round did he go in, Sean? So I need to scroll up for that. Holy shit!
Your eyes are better than mine.
5th round.
Yeah. I think
12th round for you. Great value.
I think they're way closer, or they should be way closer as far as their draft.
I think we'll see Charbonnet be more like a 9th. Like to me, Charbonnet should be getting drafted closer to, Javonte Williams, Trey Benson, Raheem Mostert. So that's basically 9th, 10th round. All right. So I locked up my. All right. So I never read off my team after you. So I got Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, James Cook, Zamir White, Ramondre Stevenson, Gus Edwards. A lot of AFC East guys, which means lots of correlation. Sean, you know that.
Love it.
Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Michael Pittman, Keon Coleman, Mike Williams, Adonai Mitchell. I don't have any tight ends. I keep realizing that. I guess that's probably good. I'm probably doing it right. I think I'm doing it right. Do you want any information on week 17 correlation?
Yeah, give it to me.
Well, who's your main quarterback? Jalen Hurts. Who do they have? You know this.
Giants.
Philly?
Oh wait, do they have Washington? Dallas.
All right, are you going to draft it?
That's not an option.
You can't. They've really punished you this year. Who else do you? Washington. Washington is Atlanta.
Ooh, okay.
For me,
Matt Collins not on the Falcons.
Buffalo is the Jets. Oh my goodness, I have Buffalo and the Jets. I know what I'm doing here. No one even brought it up the entire show in the chat. What's wrong with you guys?
Ryan scared me. What else?
That's elite correlation right there. Come on, you can be impressed.
Xavier Legette, Gabe Davis, Ricky Pearsall, Cole Kmet, Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs, Zeke Elliott, all off the board. Kramer, you're coming up here in a little bit, as am I.
Yeah, don't really have a plan for this one. I do, like I said earlier, general thoughts. I do think you can overstack in single entry. Totally fine. I think it's probably. Yeah, I just think you're better off to take advantage of all of it, and there's less chance to be unique. And I think you don't want to be unique in stupid ways, like you might want to be in like a best ball mania. So you want to be different in like, hey, I'll take maybe I'll stack 3 or 4 players with every one of my quarterbacks, and so you're a little bit more concentrated. There's no reason to not be concentrated.
Darnell Mooney, do I take him? I kind of like. I kind of think Rondale Moore later is almost more interesting.
Traded for Rondale Moore.
Yeah,
they signed Darnell Mooney.
That's true.
This is a super team if I've ever seen one, Sean.
Roman Wilson's available. Love him. Adam Thielen. I
will say Roman Wilson also sets up a beautiful Justin Fields third quarterback situation, who I think is, certainly in any format, I think he's a delightful. Imagine this guy down the stretch. He all of a sudden he's popping up and scoring for you. I think it's less important for you or I, but he's he's certainly a fun guy to
I feel
throw
like I'm
out
going to
there.
draft a lot of Roman Wilson. To me, it's as simple as I trust the Steelers' ability to figure out what receivers to take. That's all I need.
That's a fair thing. That's a fair thing. All right. I know he just got dinged up in practice, but I'm going to finish my Jets build with Malachi Corley, aka New Debo.
Ooh,
East Coast Debo. So I got Mike Williams, I got Garrett Wilson, and I got Malachi Corley. So a triple stack with Aaron Rodgers. That's going to close it out. And because my Buffalo Jets are bringbacks for each other, I don't even have to waste any additional roster spots there. Again, doing it very sharply. Will you think about taking the rookie tight end who's a stack for your team?
Ben Sinnott.
I can't. Every time you say that, I think of like snot, like blow your nose.
No, I'm gonna. My boys. You know who my boy is, Ryan. Zach Ertz.
Oh, I was gonna take Antonio Gibson. Oh, that is devastating. That is devastating.
How many do I need a 6 running back? I don't need a 6 running back, do I?
No. Maybe.
All right. I got 5 slots left.
All right. He just signed an extension with the team. Rashad Bateman.
Damn it. Right in my queue.
6, 7. All right. 8 receivers. I think I'm good. Now I got to really focus on these tight ends.
Coming off a 4,000-yard season, I'm waking up feeling dangerous. Give me Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Oh, there's plenty of tight ends left. I don't know why would I even be panicked at all. So many tight ends left.
Yep. I have 1 tight end.
4 running backs, 2 quarter. How many? So you have 5 running backs?
Yeah, I think that's enough for me. Jahmyr Gibbs, Rashad White, Zach Moss, Austin Eckler, Zach Charbonnet. Maybe I'll take another. Maybe I'll take a rookie or Luke McCaffrey. Maybe I don't know. Although I don't know if I really need Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, I don't know. Running backs. I don't know. Is 6? Would we have? We have 5 picks left. 4 picks left.
Ryan Jonnu Smith is available.
Yeah, he's in my queue.
Okay.
I don't know why you're trying to blow up. I just talked about how few tight ends there are, and you're going to start talking about one of the guys that's left. Ray Davis gone. I thought about taking one more Buffalo Bill. Didn't seem necessary. Although I only have a double stack now. I do have another Bill in my queue. Do I take Matt Collins? That's the question.
Massive upside for Mac.
You know, they have Chase Claypool on the team, and they just picked up MVS.
Ryan, who do the Tampa Bay Bucks have week 17?
Is this a quiz, or are you asking me for informational purposes? Carolina, find yourself a Panther.
That's going to be tough.
No. Wait, you secured the bag with Baker? I think you need to worry about Baker's double first, because that is a more scarce commodity.
Oh yeah,
and I think it's a good one. And it's in my queue. So if you don't take it, I will.
Jaleel McLaughlin, Mims Jr. goes. Got a bunch of Sean Watson finally off the board.
Oh boy. He's going so late. Watson. How is he not going to outperform his ADP? Seriously. How is he not? 14th fucking round. Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield. Who has a better year? Throw Kirk Cousins in there too. Who has a better year? He went 4 picks before Will Levis.
I love Will Levis way better.
This man has the largest guaranteed contract in the history of the NFL.
Will Levis goes. Tyler Algier off the board. Red Shield, Ryan. Red Shield's on Will Levis. That's a good
Will
idea.
Levis without a stack? Fuck off.
Oh, Chigoziem Okonkwo is still available.
He doesn't have a single member of the Titans, and he picked Will Levis. He doesn't know what he's doing. These guys don't know what they're doing.
Do they not know ball, Ryan?
This draft might get thrown out on account of all these dudes that don't know ball. You know, I got to be honest, John. There's a couple of stackable tight ends for you that seem like they're sliding a little bit. I don't want to blow it. Oh wait, and I forgot you have Rachaad White.
Yep.
Oh, this is a nice triple then. That's exactly what you want to do right there. So that would be the other element I would add in here. I think running back, quarterback stacks are even better in best ball or in the single entry. It's a fun way to be different.
Zay Likely off the clock, always or off the.
You keep telling people they're off the clock.
Troy Franklin,
like they're
Geno
strippers.
Smith.
All right, your time's done.
Clock out. You're out of here.
Wrap it up. So yeah, I think. All right, we'll wait for the clock to go down. We don't want to have another Joe Burrow situation here. He auto drafted that too. That's the worst part.
All right, K-Dot and firing.
You take K-Dot.
So yeah, I got a nice Tampa team, a nice Washington team. Did not get Jahan Dotson.
Oh, you know what? This is crazy. He's the starting running back in Carolina. I gotta take Chuba Hubbard.
He was in my queue, even though I wasn't dying to take a Carolina player. He was the only interesting bring back I could find.
So do I have to take 3? I need to take 3 tight ends now. Perfect. Then I'm done.
Do I take Jonathan Mingo, Ryan, as my Panthers bring back?
Is that all you can do?
I mean, look at some of these other guys. Jatavian Sanders.
I mean, that's at least some fun upside, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bad, grim situation because you could have Adam Thielen would have been the.
Yeah. Just couldn't quite get there. Is it crazy, Ryan, in your mind to have a quadruple stack?
No.
Okay.
Have a fucking what's 5? Cinco stack.
Cinco.
I mean, I think I'm about to go quad just because it probably makes sense to at this point.
Well, there's a guy, B Swiss is on the clock and he's watching the show. So I don't want to, he did take Damian Pierce. That's how you know he's a listener to the show.
Very nice.
Ben Sinnott off the board. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to say nice pick to that one.
16th round. I mean, he is on the Chiefs and B Swiss is building around his Chiefs. Kramer, what are you doing here?
I think I have to take a tight end.
Okay.
I think that's the move. So I'll just go quad with Aaron Rodgers. So I got Aaron Rodgers with 4 receivers. Let's see if that's too much.
Tyler Conklin. Okay. For the Jets. I'm taking Jalen McMillan, rookie for the Tampa Bay Bucks. All in on this Bucks team, apparently.
Nice. What about Philly? Is it just a single?
No, I got double? Dallas. I got Dallas Goedert.
Will you be adding to that? Maybe with a backup running back?
Good. Kenny Gainwell is available, Ryan.
Saquon's going to get hurt. And that's the best way to protect yourself from it is draft a running back in this $35 best ball draft.
Do I take Kenny Gainwell or do I take Rondale Moore for a bring back on the Falcons? So these are the decisions in the late rounds.
I really think Rondale Moore is going to have a role.
Yeah.
Like that Tutu Atwell, like DeMarcus Robinson role in that offense. That's who has it, I think, for me.
And Gainwell
was a fun pick though, because you have Hurts and as you've mentioned before, Saquon, not what he used to be.
I don't recall those comments, Ryan.
Oh, okay. Must have been someone else.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy off the board.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
I mean, he's certainly, if you got a Jefferson, I'm assuming he's pairing him with Jefferson. That's crazy that you can pick Jefferson like first and 16th round.
No, he didn't. So this makes me mad. If you get Jefferson in the first round and you can get the stack with the quarterback in the 16th round, you got to do it.
Yeah.
That feels like a miss. If you're not stacking your first round receiver, you're probably doing it wrong, unless it's hard to do. All right, 2 rounds left, Sean.
2 rounds left. I already know the 2 guys I'm going to select.
Me too.
Stay tuned to find out who it is. Bucky Irvin off the board. Chigoziem Okonkwo, Tank Bigsby.
Not a lot of tight ends left.
No,
I punted the tight end position. I think I need to get 3 because I punted it. I almost regret. Let's see. What would I have had if I took Anthony Richardson? I would have not had James Cook. I should have taken Anthony Richardson. I would have liked the team better.
All right. Deontay Foreman, Bo Nix. Deontay Foreman is a guy. Yeah, I think I'm going to be drafting some more of him in Cleveland just because of the.
If they open early first week, first touchdown odds, and he's somehow like slipping down in the like 16-1 range.
Yeah.
He's gonna be their thumper. I think they brought him in because they don't like Ford.
I don't think they're gonna release first touchdown market until like week of.
I know. I'm just being optimistic. I'm just trying to,
Mario Pop Douglas,
giving the people what they want.
Are you gonna be excited? Are you excited for Chicago Bears Hard Knocks, Ryan?
Yeah. I am. I feel bad for Bears fans. This is a nightmare scenario.
Why?
If your team drafted Caleb Williams, is this what you want?
Your team already has a history of being cursed, and then you throw in the Hard Knocks curse. Look at the Jets last year. The Hard Knocks curse is real. If you didn't realize it, Aaron Rodgers ran the flag out and immediately.
Yeah.
Next thing you know.
All right. Let's go.
Shout out to CJ who was talking about his Carolina Chaos in the PLL
Yes.
league, lacrosse league. Shout out to the Chaos, got it done. Also, my all over strategy, Ryan, 3-1, almost 4-0. But we'll get to that for the PLL podcast. But he compared his star goalie for the Chaos going down early, compared it to the Aaron Rodgers situation.
I mean, feels close.
Yeah.
In PLL, slightly bigger situation, but Justin Fields goes. I was just about to say, is Justin Fields really not going to go? What week does he start?
I think he's going to get some starts. I mean, I guess I would just be really surprised if he doesn't start at all. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, 100%. Which tight end do I take as my last tight end? Got to take 3 tight ends.
Yeah. I know who my last tight end is, Ryan. He's a guy who helped me win $200,000 many moons ago. Zachary Ertz. So my final lineup, Ryan, I got Zach Ertz, K-Dot, and Dallas Goedert. Feel pretty good. Receivers: AJ Brown, T Higgins, Chris Godwin, Jamison Williams, Roman Wilson, Jalen McMillan, Rondale Moore, Jahmyr Gibbs, Rashad White, Zach Moss, Austin Eckler, Zach Charbonnet, and the QB room: Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, and Baker Mayfield. Feel pretty good about this roster.
All right,
especially single bullet.
Yeah,
don't need a portfolio.
That was a slot.
Single bullet.
I
didn't mean to hit Lenny Dykstra for the single bullet. I was going for the laser.
Got so excited. Just realized
you have to know when to come.
Quarterbacks with the same bye week. It's all right. We'll survive. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, James Cook, Zamir White, Ramondre Stevenson, Gus Edwards, Chuba Hubbard, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Michael Pittman Jr., Keon Coleman, Mike Williams, Donnie Mitchell, Malachi Corley, Rashad Bateman, Tyler Conklin, just Dawson Knox, Jelani Woods, who, by the way, sounds like Jelani Woods is having an amazing spring. Another guy who's having a great off season. Apparently,
love it.
Great off seasons are the best thing you can have this time of year.
We got to start. We'll talk to Josh or maybe Jake can like we need some photos of us in action.
Yeah.
And like put out some training camp like headlines.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Kramer in the best shape of his life.
Oh wow.
Well, that would and that would help with your self-esteem because you're kind of down after the Clarkers were getting at your physical.
I'm
appearance.
actually not worried at all.
Well, that's what I also don't understand is like if you bully someone and make fun of them, then the people come back and bully you. It's like
Also, if I was going to walk in heels in front of a national media, I would make sure I could possess the athleticism to get the job done.
all right, well, what do you need? Great week of shows, including PLL back for week 2. That was a fun episode.
We
Looking
have
forward to
renewed
that.
it.
We have renewed it. UFL playoffs are here. You know the teams. It's been decided from months ago. And then we're going to be doing an NBA Finals episode. We got the Belmont Ryan, and
Maybe
of course some
hockey?
NFL futures. We got it all. All that and much more.
Sean, and reminder, Patreon.
Yes, Patreon bonus episodes.
Colby will be in studio on Tuesday. We're going to be talking about the three of us making our way up to Pullman to hang out with Coach Leach and taking a Washington State football game and hang out at the Coug with a cougar, real live cougar, and her daughter.
Love it. Great times all around. Looking forward to that. Kramer, looking forward to a great week of shows. Give us a follow on X at Gambling Podcast.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Love this draft, Sean.
Kramer. Let it ride.